This episode is brought to you by Divinikey, your one-stop shop for custom keyboard components, with frequent new items, daily restocks, and lightning-fast delivery. If you caught my recent build videos, I've been raving about my Deep and Thoughtky Gateron KS9s. I discovered them thanks to Divinikey, so make sure you check them out. Hey guys, it's me Merlin, your keyboard wizard, here with another one of these 5 interest check videos. I know, I haven't done one of these in a while, but to be honest, the more I do this, the harder it is to find 5 interest checks that actually catch my interest, But maybe my tastes are just ascending? Who knows? Anyway, welcome to another episode of 5 interest checks. Stay tuned till after the break. Our very first IC was IC'd in August by YXXX. Fenglisu is a set inspired by one of Taiwan's most famous pastries, the pineapple cake. It has 2 stock colors and 2 custom colors and comes with 4 kits. The base kit has Zuying sublegends, an alpha kit with Changjie sublegends, and a novelty kit and spacebar kit. Vendors are going to be Valor Supply, KBD Fans, Daily Clack, Apex Keyboards, Candy Keys, Prototypist, Swag Keys, Island KB, Fancy Customs, and Stacks KB. No pricing, but the group buy is slated for early 2022. As a connoisseur of pineapple cakes, the color yellow, and being born and raised in Taiwan, I could not ignore this key set. Looking at this set evoked some very fond memories of my time back in Taiwan. I haven't returned since 2018, and this set gave me a very strong feeling of nostalgia. I love the novelties, they're just absolutely cute and really capture the essence of Taiwanese tea time. I really like these little teapots, they're so cute. And of course, there's that pineapple right over there at the very top in R1. I'm definitely going to be getting the base kit and these novelties. I do have to say that over here on R4 and even R2, without really knowing what a pineapple cake looks like, you're gonna look at this and be like, what is that? Is that a broken Lego or something? I'm going to be very biased about this key set, but the MechMerlin verdict is absolutely must buy. The next IC was posted in September by Nintendo Nono. KAM Mistry is inspired by chemistry and biology. Do you get the pun there? As usual with the KAM profile, this is a key set with many kits. I'm honestly just okay on the colors, but really what drew me to the set was the pun, KAM Mistry. Nintendo Nono, if you're watching this, I appreciate you. The other thing that drew my attention was the periodic alphas kit. I'm so used to seeing the standard GMK or SP font these days, but this looks fresh and exciting. Many key sets have played around with different fonts and legends, but it has to look good, and I think this looks great. I also really like the novelties, and I appreciate that the accent kits aren't just colors, but have novelties of their own. At this point in time, the only vendor identified is Rocket Keyboards in the US, and no expected group buy date yet. If you like puns and have been looking for a science-themed set, look no further. The MechMerlin verdict is consider. Going from science to magic, our next IC was posted in May by Lay's Summerstone. There are 5 kits proposed: Core, Novelties, Latin Alphas, Add-on Kit, and Latin Modifiers. This is a very occult themed set that drew my attention primarily because of the legends offered. Similar to KAM Mistry, I appreciate different legends as long as they look good. My one complaint is that the legends seem a little big. When you take the Core Kit Alphas and compare them to the Latin Alphas, the size difference is very noticeable. I think if the occult alphas could be reduced to the same size as the Latin alphas, this would look much better. Another nitpick is it seems that the addition and subtraction, open and close bracket column, are all standard. It just seems odd when all the other legends have been changed. This just looks really weird. At this point, the only vendor identified is Kono in the USA. No pricing or tentative group buy date announced yet. If you're looking for a very occult set and some unique legends, the MechMerlin verdict is maybe. The Symmetry 70 was IC'd in September by Yutsu. The Symmetry 70 is a 60% with function row available in pink, red, navy, silver, E-white, E-gray, or black. It's got a 7-degree typing angle, a fixed Sangen bottom row, daughter board, and gasket mounting similar to the F18X, selling for roughly $410 to $450 USD. 60s and 75s are some of my favorite layouts, and a board that meshes both of them together is definitely up my alley. I can literally only think of two other custom boards like this, the Eve Meteor and the Baka 70. I love how this board looks, but I would have preferred that the bezel size be consistent all the way around. As it is now, the thinner side bezels compared with the top and bottom make it look a little strange. I honestly don't mind the Sangen bottom row, but I would still prefer the option for standard. I've also never seen a reset button located so close to the edge of the PCB. I can't really tell from the pictures, but I'd be concerned about hitting the spacebar a little too hard and having the PCB enter bootloader mode. When I saw this board, I got super excited because there's not really too many boards like this. People either go with 60s or go with the 75s. This layout is quite a niche form factor. The MechMerlin verdict is maybe. The Han 60 was IC'd in October by Far Handsome, and it's called the Han because apparently that's Far Handsome's real name. The typing angle is 7 degrees, it's got a gasket strip isolation mount, and also an IO3 daughter board. What caught my attention was actually Han himself. He's an engineer by trade, but he didn't know how to do this stuff. He took some time to learn, and now he's got an IC. This is a great example of what drives the community forward. People who have the creativity, the passion, and the motivation to try something new. As mentioned, the board itself lacks any aesthetic features, distinguishing it from other 60s out there. In fact, from the top down, it looked like a typical tray mount board. For the most part, tray mount 60s have very thin edges, and the way that the Han 60 tapers off gives it this sort of aesthetic. Nothing to write home about until you look at the target price. $160 to $180. The most recent 60% that went into group buy at that price is the CL, a Bakaneko with brass weight. If you're not familiar with the Bakaneko, it's an open source 60% case, which is a tray mount with O-ring gasket. It's also a cast and painted case selling at roughly $130. I am very happy that we now have another metal gasket mounted 60 selling below the $200 price point. If you're on a budget but still want to give that traditional gasket mount board a try, check this out. The MechMerlin verdict is strong consider. Alright, that's it. Links down below as usual. If you've been following any of these 5, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye now.